Hey everybody, good morning. It's me, Jamin. I have a channel and you're on it right now. So today, I thought I would check out Bionicle, the movie, Mask of Light, because you know what? I was looking at my media shelf this morning and I came across this little thing and I was like, oh, I have this. I completely forgot about it. Why not give it a shot? I loved this as a kid. Bionicles, I don't really remember the movie. I mean, a little bit, but check it out, I guess. Let's give it a little look-see here. All right, so you can see they have Bionicle, and then it says the movie real big, but then in the little middle part, there's a subtext, Mask of Light. So I'm guessing that's the Mask of Light there on the cover. A hero will be revealed. Oh yeah, by the way, this is what I look like in the morning, so no big deal. A high-voltage adventure, visually stunning. Yeah, visually stunning, I bet. For the first time ever, the world of Bionicle comes to life in an epic motion picture event. Bionicle, Mask of Light! Experience the action-packed adventure that has enthralled millions of fans. Discover the latest chapter in this legendary story in an all-new CGI animated movie. It's non-stop action. Maybe I should do this so it's a little bit more... this is a better shot of this than just this, right? Yeah, filmmaking, everybody. It's a non-stop action as Jawler and his best friend, Takua, set off on their journey to find the seventh Toa, a mysterious guardian who will help protect their island home. With the guidance of the Mask of Light and the united strengths of the other six Toa, the brave companions, must overcome the powerful Makuta and his menacing, Rakshi. Dang, I remember that. I love those. The evil guys had the cool spikes on the back. Rakshi. I'll obviously, when they say it in the movie, I'll be able to remember. They must prevail, or the island of Matanui will be doomed to an eternity of darkness. PG. Legos, Bionicles. You know, today, anything that's Lego, they have the Lego brand on this, like, everywhere. I don't know why they didn't want to brand this as Lego. Lego just wasn't as appealing back then. You can see it's very tiny here on the back. But any other time nowadays, Lego is all over everything. All right, I'm gonna pop this bad boy in. It's 7 in the morning, so why not start my day off on the right foot? Okay, so here we are in my bedroom because that's where I have my old TV that has a DVD player and a VHS player, so I'm able to play these bad boys. All right, let's get it in there. All right, here we go. Start her up. You can see me in the reflection.
Now, the next combination starts with the 4th string, then the 5th string at the 5th fret, and then note every string.
What is this?
Then slide on the 1st
This
string.
is this Bionicles?
Up to 9, and then come back.
That's not Bionicles, y'all. What the world? Styles of the Dobro by Tim Harkleroad. And that's the problem with your old school VHS tapes, because you could put the tape in the wrong sleeve, and back when you're a kid, you just really don't give a fuck. So the wrong tape got into the sleeve of Bionicles, and I took that from my old house with me, and it's not the right tape. So I guess we'll look on Amazon or somewhere where you can rent movies, and I guess I'll just fucking rent it on Amazon or whatever. Okay, update from my couch. The movie is not available to rent on Amazon, but luckily, of course, because it's so old, it's just on YouTube, and it's fine to be on YouTube because probably no one gives a fuck. So and it's in 1080p HD, so it'll look better than that old VHS copy. I can actually really see the dazzling special effects and CGI animation. All right, so I guess let's play this thing. All right, check it out, Bionicle time, baby. All right, dazzling special effects coming in.
Gathered friends, Listen again to our legend of the Bionicle.
Woo! Legend of Bionicle!
Time before time. The
All
great
right.
spirit descended from the heavens, carrying wings.
So no spoilers, y'all. You can watch it on your own time. Well, here we are. I just finished the movie, and yeah, it was certainly a movie. So do you remember Bionicles? Like, they were those little action figures. You clip them together and build them, and they were just like a Lego product, but they were action figures, and you could play with them, and you could smash them and go bloom, bloom, blah, 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 blah. And it was kind of fun. I had a couple of Bionicles growing up, and it was fun enough. You'd play with them, do whatever. But you always had that one kid, I feel like, or was it just our school? But I feel like at every school there was just one kid that was a little bit too much into Bionicles, and he just, it was like his life. And yeah, I was friends with that kid. Went to his house, and interesting. Going past that now, one of the things that's funny to me that sticks out is the fact that they have those tiny Bionicles. So you have the tiny Bionicles that they would sell at a cheaper price. So you could buy like a couple of those, or if you're at the store and your mom's like, we're not getting you that $15 thing. Oh, but this $7 one, that's a tiny one. Okay, it's a compromise. And I'm sure they sold more tiny guys than they did actual guys just because they were cheaper. So in the movie, the tiny guys are like the citizens, the civilians of the towns that inhabit the world. And of course, our 6 guys are the 6 guardians. They all represent like a type of element: fire, water, earth, air, water, and then there's ice. I think I'm missing one. There, one of them was never really said what his power was, and he was like the purplish black character. And he used like rock powers. Maybe it was gravity was his power or something, because he always was like tumbling rocks onto people, but don't know what his element was. This Bionicle movie feels like Lord of the Rings meets Avatar: The Last Airbender meets, animation. There was one other thing I was thinking of, but I can't remember the other comparison that it made me think of, but whatever. But our main 2 characters, our little guys, Jala and whoever his name was, I don't remember. They're too weird of names to try to remember and pronounce. They find the light of mask. They find the mask of light in this rock, and it gets in the lava, and there it is, mask of light. And so they go on a quest to find the 7th Toa, who will wear the mask and become the Toa of Light. Simple enough, right? Kind of like, the ring. Take the ring to Mordor and throw it in. But they go on a quest, like Sam and Frodo, to find the Toa and give them the mask so they can save the realm or whatever. And this movie's short. It's only an hour long, so they don't have a whole lot of things that they really go to or go through. They just kind of walk, and then they end up in a new environment. A Toa shows up, helps them from like some kind of monster, or the Rakshi, which show up, which are the evil Bionicles. They have like a snake core or whatever that powers them, and they are pretty actually kind of scary. They have very like high shrilly voices, and I did not like that. It hurt my ears, but they're pretty effective as far as like villains go, and they have this weird cool hover move that they can do, which is kind of funny. And I guess that's all I got to say about them. So they keep going on their quest, and they get to the coolest badass character, the Ice Bionicle. And I love this guy. He's a kind of stoic, doesn't give a shit, it doesn't seem like, and he just freezes stuff. And ice powers are always cool. People with ice powers, I always love that in shows. So if you got ice powers, you're probably my favorite. So spoilers for the show, the movie. Sorry, it's like a made-for-TV movie to me. It seems like a show. Like this should have just been like a animated series. At the end of the movie, they get to the very end. They find the big rock they're on. The plot in this is fine, but it's easy to follow, but there's a lot of the details that get lost. I don't know why I did that for details. Like when they get to where they're supposed to be, they really didn't have any goal of going to a certain place. It just seems like they walked across the entire land of their country, and they got to this tall mountain. It doesn't really say that they were meant to go there or that that's where they were heading in the first place, but they get there and he realizes one of the guys, he's the real Harold, which sounds funny that I say that, like his name is Harold, but no, his name's not Harold. Harold is like the chosen one, I guess. I don't know why they didn't want to just say chosen one. He realizes that he is the chosen one. He should put the mask on, and he does, and he becomes the mask of light, the toe of light. I thought that the actual golden mask guy, he has a golden mask, I thought he was going to be the toe of light because he's more of our main character, and this other guy, I didn't really like him too much. He seemed like the sidekick, but he's actually the real toe of light. And that was a little bit off-putting to me. And then actually watching it play out afterwards, because Jala dies, he sacrifices himself, and I was like, okay, this kind of works. It subverted my expectations. You know, you think that this guy's going to be the toe of light, it's really this other guy, and whatever. It's not as satisfying to me because I would have rather seen the other guy become the toe of light, but whatever. So Jala is actually resurrected at the end with some weird mask of light, shadow of darkness character. They like merge together, then they separate, and then the mask of light, Toa, comes back to life, like just as himself, and he brings him back. And it's that sounds very confusing because it is very confusing. The end of this movie is kind of a mess, but it's like, it's whatever. I keep saying that, but it's whatever, guys. So the last point I want to make here, and the last thing I want to say is the animation for this is actually not too bad. Like, I bet this had a relatively sized budget. It's smooth. I mean, for the time, this came out in like 2003. It doesn't look very bad. It doesn't look horrible. And it has a specific style too, because I mean the characters, they're Bionicles, so they have a distinct look, and they have a distinct feel, the way they move, and their powers and their swords and all that kind of stuff. It's very unique in a sense. Do I wish the story could be fleshed out more? Of course, but I don't want the movie to be any longer than it was. It's just barely over an hour, and I think it conveys what it needs to convey in that short amount of time. Like I said, if this was a TV show and they had more time to really, you know, establish each of the Bionicle characters and more backstory of the world itself, I think it could be an interesting series, because I like all of the Toa stuff. They're brothers and their sister, and they have to work together, and their powers conflict and their powers work together. And it would be cool to see like a season where one of the Toas goes completely bad. Like in this movie, the red Toa, the fire Toa guy, gets poisoned, and he starts to turn evil, or he starts to, you know, hate his family or whatever. And I wish that they could have like a whole season of the fire Toa fighting the water Toa, and just like some conflict like that, you know, make it a little intriguing. But that's all I got to say. I think I've talked way too much, and I've overanalyzed this too much for what it is, the freaking Bionicles movie. So I'm going to give this actually a 6.5 out of 10. It's better than I expected it to be, but it's still kind of boring in the middle, and so some stuff just doesn't make that much sense to me. So call it what it is, and guess what? There's a review for you. So now, get out of here. Go. Bye-bye. Like, subscribe, comment, all that. See ya.